Well, good evening, friends. It's Sunday. It's coffee talk. I really need to work on that. Look, I have a little, this is probably too late to have this, but it's daylight savings, you guys. Are you dying? Oh, let me have a sip. My daughter made this. Can you see there's a heart on top? Isn't that so sweet? Okay, so we're going to have coffee talk. I need to work on that. Coffee. How do you say it? Coffee talk. Feels right. Okay, so here we are. Coffee talk, you and I. Hi, Jerry. Hi, Laura. Okay, I really want to tell you guys something. I hope this empowers you and encourages you. Last night, I took my girls and my sister and Termelty Papa and a good friend of mine, and we all went to see Toby Mac. Toby Mac in concert. He's amazing, by the way, you guys. If you have not seen Toby Mac in concert, I cannot recommend him enough. Absolutely best concert I have gone. Every time he comes to Minneapolis, I have gone since my daughter was a baby. And she's turning 12 this year. So that's a lot of concerts I've gone to of his because he's just, it's like a movement and you're just like with your brothers and sisters in Christ worshiping God. Anyways, it's amazing. So I'm just telling you that because it's so great. Hey, Tanya, how are you? So, you guys, I had dinner last night at 5 o'clock, or just right around that time. And I knew I was going to this concert. And so I also knew that I would likely get hungry while I'm there because to eat at 5 o'clock, that's really early for me. I'd probably want a snack around 8, but I'm going to be at this concert, right? So I want to tell you guys like my thought process and how I do stuff. And I hope that it helps you kind of think through when you're going to a concert, maybe when you're going to an amusement park or some sort of outing, because we all go to things, we all have stuff, but we have to go with a plan. So I'm going to tell you my plan. You all can go, ooh, you crazy, or however. Tell me. I want to know all your thoughts too. So at 5 o'clock, I had my dinner. And then I was like, okay, I don't know if the venue allows outside food. I bet not. Most venues don't allow outside food. Some of them do. Some of them will allow things like, say, like babies are welcome at this concert. So if you brought a baby or something, you could bring formula or you could bring, breast milk in a bottle, right? So you can advocate for your child. You can advocate for you, okay? So I want to empower you right there. I want you to think about the options that you have when you go somewhere. So there's two options, right? Pack something, not pack something. So what are the scenarios? All right, so I looked up for this venue, I looked up the size of bag because I guess that's a thing now, like it's very specific on the size of bag. So I'm going to show you guys what I brought. I should have got this out a second ago, but okay, this is my little purse. Coach Becky gave this to me. Isn't that sweet? So this is what I brought. So you guys can see, this is my hand. Okay. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. It's literally like the size of my hand in thickness. So I put all my stuffs in here so I could put my phone in here and have it just like a crossbody, right, on me. Simplify. Keep it simple. Now, what I did was I took a Trim Healthy Mama bar and I put it in my little front pouch here. So, I'm sorry, you guys, I'm like backwards to you. So I put my little bar in here, just like that, okay? And then I had this. So when you go through security, you have to put the thing on the side and then they actually open it up and they go through your bag. So the thing is like, are you gonna get away with bringing in food? I don't know. So I packed this, and this is what actually happened. Well, first off, let's talk about what could happen. So they could open up my bag and go, hey, lady, you trying to pull a quick one here? I see you brought this here protein bar. Goodbye. Right? That is like the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario, you guys. Think about that. As I'm throwing protein bars everywhere. They're going to throw it away. Okay, let's think about that. Let's think about that for 1 second. This protein bar is $2 up to, we'll say, $4 with shipping-ish. I know shipping's crazy right now. I feel you guys, I'm with you. But let's call this $4, just to be fair. We're gonna call this $4. So the guy literally just $4. Okay, that's the worst case scenario, is he's throwing away your $4 protein bar. Think about that for a second. Just think about that, okay? What if you get to bring it in? Oh, then you get to have your protein bar. You're happy. Everyone's happy. So this is what happened. And then I'm going to tell you another scenario. This is what happened. He looked in my bag like this. Come on in. That's it. So I had my protein bar at 8 o'clock. I ended up sharing it. Next time I'm bringing two. Because my girls got hungry, and Araya loves eating healthy. Like, there was nothing in the venue that really even interested her one bit. So anyways, we split this and it was fine, but next time I'm bringing two. So let's say that you pack nothing. So that's the normal, right? Pack nothing. Then you got to rely on the venue. So a couple options, you guys. Find out what the venue offers. What do they even have for you there? Okay. So know before you go. That's you planning and having a purpose. So make sure that you are empowered to find out what they have so you can be on plan and so that you can succeed. Now, if you show up and you didn't plan and all they have is funnel cake and cheese curds, what are you going to do? Are you going to starve? Now you have different dilemma, right? You're going to starve, or you're going to wait till you get home. I mean, you're really not going to starve if it's 5 hours, right? You're going to be fine. But you might be uncomfortable if you ate at 5 and you're going to be gone until midnight, and you really don't want to be eating at midnight, right? So this is why you want to think about it in advance before you get caught in the situation. So you may not want those things like, hi Charlene, hi Janet. So you may not want those things, right? So you don't want to get caught in that situation. So I barely looked around, you guys, because I was super uninterested. Also because guess how expensive the things are there? So expensive. So that's another thing to take into consideration. I was willing to risk losing $4 in order to save $14 on a burger, you guys. I could get a bunless burger. Well, I would have to throw the bun away myself pretty much, because it can get complicated there. Have you guys tried to order at those places and they're like, you want a what? Like, you're the weird one, right? And that's okay. I want you to be that girl. Be that girl, because it's your health you're advocating for. So my other daughter was like, oh yeah, I'll do a bunless burger. It's like, oh, $14 later, right, guys? So the one thing I want to suggest too, I didn't think of this till later, but they don't let you bring like water and stuff in. But I wonder if you could bring an empty water bottle. I don't know on that. I don't know. So don't quote me on that. But I'll tell you why I wonder. Because my sister, she brought, this was the size that it said you could bring in. I'm just telling you guys this stuff because you just never know. My sister shows up with this, one of these. Okay, so can you see this? This is my other bag. Very, very different size going on here. And I was like, what are you doing? We're gonna have to go back to the car. Like one of those freak out moments, right? And she's like, it's fine. We'll get the tickets and then I'll go back to the car. And so we're like trying to, do the shuffle. Guess what? She didn't even have to leave. She had to go in a different lane so they could just look in her bag and go, what's in there? Oh, yep, you're good. Go on in. They let her in. So what if you packed something like this? And again, please check your venue. Please check your venue. Don't be like, oh, well, Coach Sarah said. Check your venue. Put an empty water bottle in, and then you could fill the water on the other side. Now, that might also not be the best situation, only because I don't know if a lot of places are still doing water fountains. So that's another thing. There's like all these little pieces, right? But I want you to go armed and ready and think these things through before you're just kind of caught in a bad situation. So the worst scenario is you lose your protein bar if you pack it, right? Because even, look, you could pack a pleasure cookie, but do you know why I didn't pick this? I'm going to show you why I didn't pick this. This was not going to be fitting in here. It was going to be a crumbled mess. Yep, nope, there was no way this was going to fit. So that's why I picked something small and sleek. And that's what you can do too. So be an advocate for your health. Now, here's what I was going to do. Okay, let's walk through this with me, you guys. Come on. Because you got to walk through all the scenarios in your mind, play them out so you can like take a moment and go, oh, well, the worst case scenario is this is going to get thrown away. It's $4. It's not the end of the world. And you'll have learned something. Well, I really can't bring a protein bar there. And you know what? Sometimes maybe it's just the guy that checked it. I don't know. So, okay, let's walk through this. The guy's looking in your thing. I see you have a protein bar here. Okay, so this is where, stop right here. He could be like, oh, I'm going to throw it away. Be like, oh, wait a minute, wait. Yes, I brought that because I need that. What are you going to say? So this is what you need to say, right? Yes, I brought that. It stabilizes my blood sugar. This is you taking control of your health. I brought this to stabilize my blood sugar. Who is going to argue with that? If they're going to argue with it, I mean, really, they're going to be like, well, sorry, there's no food allowed. It's really, I don't think that's going to happen. I have been doing Trim Healthy Mama for 9 years, you guys. 9 years. And I'll be honest with you, I have never had any of my stuff thrown away. Never. Not once. Not one single time have they been like, lady, I'm taking that. Whew. I've had weird scenarios. I'll tell you I have. A long time ago, I shared this one. I was actually coming home from Denver, Colorado, going to Minneapolis. This was before we bought our home here that you're seeing me sit in. And I was really pregnant with my son, Tatum. And this was like right at the same time that they were legalizing marijuana in Denver. So just envision all this with me, okay? Just take a moment and envision this. I had an opened bag of Trim Healthy Mama protein powder in my carry-on. Yeah, are you feeling where this is going? It beeped. They had to open it. It got really big and dramatic. And honestly, I just started laughing. They're like, lady, what's so funny? I'm like, this is just so ridiculous. I said, no, really, it's protein powder. I'm telling you guys. And they're like, well, we got to test your fingers. Well, they tested them and it came back positive for residue. Why did it come back positive for residue? Because I had touched the bag with protein powder on it. So of course it was. It's like, right? Okay. They had to bring in their canines. I'm not making this stuff up, you guys. It's crazy. They brought in their canines. They had to smell it to make sure, like, is this really, because it came back positive. And then it was negative from the dogs. And they were like, okay, lady, it's protein powder. I was like, thank you. It is protein powder. I really was not making this up. But I thought about it later. I was like, who would be the most likely to smuggle this in? Some big pregnant lady, like, right? It would look inconspicuous. So I had to laugh about that. There are times you might be, so try to eliminate those scenarios, but think about it in advance. Okay, so now when I go, I make sure they're sealed. Like if I'm going to take protein powder on the airplane, I make sure it's sealed. I don't just carry it open, loose, flying around. If I'm going to have a bunch of powders like that, I try to put it in my checked bags. So it's thinking those things through. And when you go through a situation, okay, how can I make it better for next time? How can I plan better for next time? So what we did was we actually bought water bottles at the venue. And I think they were like $4. So it wasn't, I mean, that's still crazy, $4 for a water. But it's like, oh, if I have to spend $4 on a water, but I can bring in my protein bar. I say $14 on a bunless burger that probably is like mystery meat. Like who even knows what's in that, right? So ask yourself those questions when you're getting ready and preparing to go out. Like, what can I pack? What's going to be at the venue? What's going to be available to me? Can I bring in a water bottle? What are my options? So that you can go armed and ready for staying on plan. All right. I think that's all I had for you guys. I just really felt strongly about that. It was so fun. I loved getting out with my girls, but definitely you do have to step back and take a moment to plan and prep when you get into those situations. So, hi Kaya, hi Pam, hi Deb. How are you guys doing? Okay, I think that's it for me. I love you all. I hope you are having an awesome Sunday. And I will catch up with you guys again on Thursday. If you're in my cooking group, hop on over. We're going to make something. I don't know what we're making this week. It'll be a surprise. But we are going to check on our avocados. If you guys aren't in my group, you need to go over there. And we've been doing this whole avocado experiment. It's been so fun, and very eye-opening. So hop over to my cooking group and you can come hang out. Okay, guys, have a great Sunday, and I will see you later. Okay, bye.